In the infinite stillness of space, a tiny object drifts through darkness. No lights, no sound. Only the endless void. Yet within that cold metal body lies something extraordinary. A message. A message meant for beings we've never met. A message meant to outlive every human, every city, every civilization we've ever built. This is the story of Voyager. The lonely traveler carrying humanity's final whisper. To the stars. More than 4 decades ago, when humankind still looked up at the sky and wondered what lay beyond, NASA launched 2 machines, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. But what most people don't know is that these spacecrafts were not just explorers. They were messengers. Inside them lies something shocking, something deeply personal, a golden record. A record carrying the secrets of our existence. The blueprint of our species. And a greeting to whoever, or whatever, might find it. But why would humanity send a message into the abyss? Did we really believe someone was out there listening? Or were we trying to speak to ourselves? Hoping the universe would remember us after we were gone? In the mid-1970s, scientists discovered something rare. A cosmic alignment that occurs only once every 175 years. The outer planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune were forming a perfect path through which a single spacecraft could leapfrog from one to another, using their gravity as stepping stones to slingshot deeper into space. It was called gravity assist. A natural trick, a celestial shortcut. Using this, NASA could send a craft beyond the borders of the solar system. To interstellar space, where no human creation had ever gone. So, in 1977, 2 identical twins were born of metal and fire. Voyager 2 left first. Voyager 1 followed 16 days later. They carried cameras, sensors, antennas, and a heart of plutonium that would keep them alive in the frozen dark. At the time, few realized that these missions would redefine humanity's place in the universe. Voyager 1 and 2 were built to explore. But what they discovered and what they carried would change everything. When Voyager 1 first reached Jupiter, its cameras captured storms larger than Earth itself. Rolling oceans of gas, lightning, and chaos. We saw the Great Red Spot. A hurricane that had raged for centuries. Then it flew by Io, one of Jupiter's moons. And witnessed something no one had ever imagined before. Volcanoes erupting in real time on another world. For the first time in history, human eyes saw proof that Earth was not unique. The heavens were alive. A year later, Voyager 1 reached Saturn. Its rings shimmered like a cosmic halo. And its moon Titan revealed a dense orange atmosphere. A world that might one day cradle life. Meanwhile, Voyager 2 continued its odyssey. Visiting Uranus and Neptune. Becoming the first and only spacecraft to ever see them up close. It sent back pictures that looked like dreams. Icy blue worlds floating in endless darkness. But while the world watched these breathtaking images, something even more profound was happening silently. Hidden within the very core of both Voyagers. Each Voyager carried a time capsule. A 12-inch gold-plated copper record, sealed inside an aluminum case. With a simple inscription. From the beings of planet Earth. It was humanity's letter to the unknown. not written in any one language, but encoded in pictures, sounds, and music. A cosmic mixtape, a greeting from our species to anyone who might find it. On that record are greetings in 55 languages. Whispers of children, the laughter of humans. The sound of waves crashing on a shore. The roar of thunder. And the beating of a human heart. It carries music from across our world. From Bach and Beethoven to ancient Indian ragas. Tribal drums, and rock and roll. And along with these sounds are 115 images. Mathematics, DNA, the map of our solar system. And photographs of humans smiling, eating, playing, loving. To an alien civilization, it would be the most intimate thing ever sent. Our identity, our essence. Compressed into a golden disk hurtling through eternity. But the real mystery lies deeper. Hidden among those images and sounds are patterns and coordinates. Instructions that could help someone trace the Voyagers' journey. Back to the source, our sun, and then, our planet. In other words, if anyone ever finds Voyager, they could find us. Was this a brilliant act of hope or a dangerous invitation? Scientists called it a gesture of cosmic goodwill. But skeptics warned. What if whoever finds it is not friendly? Imagine an alien species powerful enough to intercept Voyager. They decode the record, learn our location, and decide to visit the planet that dared to call out into the dark. Humanity, in its arrogance, might have just announced its position to the entire universe. And yet, that's the beauty of Voyager. It's an act of defiance against fear. A declaration that we are not just creatures of Earth. We are explorers, dreamers, and storytellers. As the Voyagers drifted farther away, their signals grew weaker. Today, the radio waves they send take more than 22 hours to reach Earth. They travel through the deep space network. Massive antennas in California, Madrid, and Canberra. Still listening for the faint heartbeat of the two travelers. Voyager 1 is now over 24 billion kilometers from Earth. Beyond the heliosphere, the bubble of the Sun's influence. In true interstellar space. Out there, there is no sunlight. No warmth. Only particles drifting between the stars. The cold plasma of eternity. And yet, the spacecraft still speaks. A whisper, barely detectable. But unmistakably human. In 2012, Voyager 1 crossed the final boundary. The heliopause. For the first time in history, a human-made object left the solar system. It entered the unknown. Think about that. Something we built with our own hands is now flying among the stars. No nation's flag, no politics. Just a silent emissary of Earth, carrying our story into the void. But what if it isn't alone out there? If there is intelligent life beyond our world, perhaps they, too, have sent their own messages. Perhaps space is full of lost greetings. Civilizations calling to one another, but never hearing the reply. What if the universe is a graveyard of vanished voices, each waiting for someone to listen? And one day, maybe a being far from here will find Voyager drifting in their sky. They'll touch that golden record, decode its strange sounds, and hear for the first time The heartbeat of humanity. They'll hear a baby crying, a mother saying hello, a kiss, rain, laughter. And somewhere in that noise, they'll feel what we felt. Loneliness, wonder, hope. But the truth is more haunting. Voyager wasn't just built to be found. It was built to remind us of who we are. At the moment of its launch, humanity was divided, nations at war. People struggling on a tiny blue planet. They barely understood. And yet, we managed to send a piece of ourselves beyond the reach of the sun. Voyager is proof that despite our flaws, we are capable of greatness. That even in the face of extinction, we can create something eternal. Every second, Voyager 1 moves 17 kilometers farther away from us. Its power is fading. By 2025, its instruments will fall silent one by one. And then, there will be only silence. No more data. No more contact. Just a metal ghost carrying a message through endless night. Long after the last human heart stops beating. Long after our cities crumble into dust. Voyager will keep going. For billions of years. It will drift between the stars. A time capsule of our existence. If the universe ever wants to remember us, it will find our voice locked inside that golden record. But here's the shocking truth. Voyager may already have been found. In 2017, scientists detected a mysterious interstellar object passing through our solar system. An object unlike anything seen before. It was called Oumuamua. Its shape, trajectory, and acceleration baffled every astronomer. Some whispered, what if it wasn't a rock? What if it was a probe, responding to ours? No proof ever surfaced. But the question lingers. When you send a message into the dark, how can you ever be sure who's listening? In the end, Voyager isn't just a spacecraft. It's a mirror. It reflects our curiosity, our arrogance, our longing to be known. It asks a question that haunts every thinking being. Are we alone? And if we are not, what will happen when someone finally answers? Perhaps, somewhere in another galaxy, a being is holding that golden record right now. Their alien fingers tracing its surface. Trying to decode the strange patterns. They tilt their heads. Listening to the hum of our planet. To the sounds of wind and water. To the heartbeat of a creature called human. They'll learn our story. How we looked up at the stars and dared to speak first. Voyager is humanity's most profound paradox. It is both our greatest achievement and our most terrifying gamble. It carries proof that we once existed. That we loved, we dreamed, we reached beyond our world. But it also carries our address. Our vulnerabilities. Our hope that someone, someday, will care enough to listen. So tonight, when you look up at the stars, remember. Somewhere out there, a tiny piece of us is still traveling. Through the cold, through the dark. Past the edge of the sun's light. It carries your story. My story. All of humanity encoded in gold. It may never be found. Or it might one day be the first thing another civilization ever knows about us. Either way, Voyager will keep drifting. Whispering to the cosmos. We were here. We existed. We reached for the stars. And maybe, just maybe, in the far future, an alien voice will whisper back,